Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have many jobs. One of my jobs is to embarrass my kids, and so you're going to see lots of photos of my kids, lots of pictures of travels that I've done. I'm not sure which mic this is picking up, but hopefully I can move around a little bit. But who here wants to have fun? All right, so we're going to have fun tonight. We're going to learn some things. We're going to have a lot of ahas, and I'm just going to share with you my walk with my ahas, so to speak. So Healthy Habits Pediatrics. Here's a picture of my third son, Cody, wild man with the soccer ball haircut. Picture of my dad when he was a pro baseball pitcher a long time ago. I had the distinct pleasure of waking up every Saturday morning to my dad throwing buckets of baseballs against the backstop in our backyard. 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm a teenager. Thunk, thunk, thunk. I have the pleasure of my kids in the basement kicking soccer balls against the basement wall. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Bottom line, that's their passion. They went with their passion and they did it over and over and over again. And if you're an athlete, you know you're training muscle memory. If you're throwing a long curve, you just got to nail that outer corner. If you're aiming for the upper 90 in soccer, you do it again and again and again. So I am also in the habit-forming business. Cody went on. He's now a sophomore in high school, was all-state. His muscle memory has worked out well for him. My dad became a pro pitcher. It worked out well for him. So one of the things, practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So we have to do our best with our habits. 2001, my dad got sick though. He's still an athlete. He runs up the mountains when he was 50, 60, 70. Got a little bit of chest pain. Okay? Second day running up the mountain, a little bit of chest pain. After 3 days, he said, wow, maybe something's up. A week later, he's getting cardiac bypass. Later that summer, prostate cancer surgery. So man, here's my hero. Here's my dad. And what the heck? And he looks at me and says, Mike, here, doc. What do I do to regain my health? And I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm a pediatrician. You're an old man. I don't know. Sorry, Dad. My kids love to tell me how old I am, that's for sure. But it got me on this journey because up until that point, I was pretty much focusing on sick care. What do you do when you're sick? My dad was sick. Instead, I should be focusing on health care. How do I stay healthy? How do you stay healthy? More importantly for me as a dad, how do I create those habits in my kids? How do I do that for my patients? So, healthy habits, healthy lifestyle, habit forming. That was a big aha for me. I need to focus on health care in my office, and that trumps sick care any day. So we're going to talk about a lot of things tonight, so just hang tight. Jeff told me I had 3 hours, and I said, Jeff, I don't think I could speak for 3 hours. So I'm cutting it down to 2 hours. Is that what the invite said? I don't know. But we're going to talk about Dr. Mike's top 4 healthy habits. A big aha that I just had working in Kenya is the old friends hypothesis, do it in the biome, whatever that means. We're going to learn a little bit about disease 101. The 2 biggest causes of any old man, old lady illnesses are inflammation and oxidation. The fix for those things, eat more. Eat more what? Boom. All right, you guys can go home now. But then my passion as a dad and as a pediatrician also is I have this knowledge. How am I going to get my kids to do that? How am I going to get my patients to do that? Then we're going to talk about Juice Plus. So hang in for the ride. 2 truths and a lie. Anybody ever play this game? So 2 of these things are true. 1 of them is false. 1, I have swam in all the world's oceans. 2, I've sang the national anthem at the Rockies game. 3, I was featured on Warren Miller's movie Escape to Ski while telemarking the sand dunes dressed as an Arab. How many think 1 is true? How many people think 2 is true? How many people think 3 is true? All right, so I have swam in all the world's oceans. Not many people have bagged the Arctic and the Indian Ocean. I have sang the national anthem. I have telemarked, so is my wife Charlotte. I have telemarked the sand dunes dressed as the Arab. I made the news. Warren Miller's Escape to Ski was filmed the year before, so I'm not in that movie. Don't ask me to sing. I know I'm on stage. 2 truths and a lie. C-sections are a cause of C-sections are a cause of asthma. Antibiotics are a cause of obesity. Vaccines are a cause of autism. I'm here to rock your world. How many people think number 1 is true? How many people think number 2 is true? How many people think number 3 is true? All right. Top true are true. Vaccines are definitely not a cause of autism. I'll take you on with that. 25 research studies around the world, there is no causality. Autism happens, it's miserable. We need to go down different rabbit holes in figuring out the cause. But C-sections are a cause of asthma? What's up with that? Hold on. Antibiotics are cause of obesity? You mean I, as a pediatrician, when I prescribe amoxicillin, am setting up kids for obesity? There's now more and more research that for every dose of antibiotics that a child gets under the age of 4, it increases their risk of obesity by 3%. 1 round of antibiotics, 3%, 2, 6%, etc. This is not new news. What have the cattle ranchers been doing for a long, long time? They figure out if they put antibiotics in cattle feed, they get bigger cattle. Wow. And guess what? The younger you do it, the bigger the cattle they are. So this is news. We need to help come up with a cause, or a fix for that, I should say. So that was 2 truths and a lie. What is the most important part of this carrot? Is it the beta-carotene? Is it the green stuff? Yeah, I like the green stuff. All right. I'm going to say it's the whole carrot. What's the most important part of this apple? The whole apple. And guess what? I hate apples. You saw my logo, wherever it has an apple, and I couldn't stand apples. So why do I have an apple? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. What is the most important part of this basil that's growing? The green leafies, right? And I'm going to say, no, it's everything. So a lot of what we're going to talk about is doing it in the dirt. First off, my first healthy habit, love God, love people. This is a picture when I was in Nepal. I've been a missionary there twice. Namaste is a wonderful saying. I salute the divine within you. As a Christian, I believe that my body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. I need to do some temple maintenance here. So we need to take care of our temple. We need to honor God in everybody. And that's going to make us a whole lot more peaceful. My second healthy habit, move more. Here's my son Cody, who you just saw. There's Becky. Here's Connor. What is the best exercise program in the world? The one that you will do. If I were to tell my kids, let's go on a walk around the block, would they do that? No. So we had 6 kids a couple years ago. We had a kid from Africa and a kid from India living with us. They're all shooting hoops. They're having fun. Charlotte and I say, let's go for a walk. And they're like, no way. But they were playing horse. So we created a new game, walking around the block. We took all this crew with the basketball, and we played a round of horse in all the neighbors' driveway. Okay, great way to meet your neighbors. Okay, the kids came up with tennis ball golf. Here's tennis ball golf. Yes, you get some, where did they get such a sense of style? I don't know. But you buy a golf club for $1 and you just aim for the stop sign. Then you aim for the parked car and you just cruise the neighborhood. Becky in the middle won up that. So here's the crafty, creative 8th grader. And this winter, she's like, I'm so bored. She's with all of her friends and it's snowing and it's Friday and there's nothing to do Friday night. They came up with tennis ball golf, but they did a better thing. They took a glow stick and they cracked it open and they poured the goo all over the tennis balls. So 6 girls went out on Friday night playing tennis ball golf in the park. That's creative. Move more. That is a healthy habit. So lessons from Kenya. I was a missionary. I spent about 2.5 weeks in Kenya, just got back 2 weeks ago. So a big aha for me. I was invited to do a Christian retreat. The Maasai of the Serengeti Plain invited us to do a retreat for them, a Christian retreat. And Steve Spicer, the founder of Mark Men, said, Mike, do you want to go? And it's like, okay. I don't know what I have anything in common with Maasai warriors, but okay. But I'm a doc, and I've always done health care. And he says, well, I know people that you could work in an AIDS orphanage with 50 AIDS orphans. I said, all right, maybe I'm in. You can also do health care in the world's largest slum. Wow, this is not sounding like a 5-star vacation, but okay, I'm in. You can do it in the height of malaria season. Okay. And you could stay at the Sometimes Hotel. What does that mean? Do they have running water, Steve? Sometimes. Do they have flushing toilets? Sometimes. Do they have internet? Sometimes. And so I went, and it was an awesome thing, but my world was rocked once again. My newest healthy habit is do it in the dirt. So here's the world that I got onto the plane. Sanitized suburbia. Babies, 30-40% of kids born via C-section. Not a bad thing. All right. But we take them home to a Tyvek wrapped house. All right. We don't let them touch the dirt. Here's a baby sleeping on the carpet. They can be on the carpet. Okay. We have air purifiers so we can get the pollen out of the house. We suds them up too much and they all have dry skin. We use hand sanitizers because we need to do that to keep away germs. We don't let them touch the soil and we put them in plastic. So here's a Johnny Jump Up, a little spinner thing, and all for your exercising moms. It's great to take your kids out in strollers on concrete. Where are the men? All right? What's a man stroller look like? This is a man stroller, okay? All right, he's out having a time, but the kid is still not in the dirt. And then you finally graduate to McPlayland, full of plastic once again. And if you're really good, you go back inside to your video games and you have a great game of Minecraft when you're older. So that's the world that we sort of live in sanitized suburbia. And what do? I get off the plane, and literally the next day, I am in the world's largest slum. 1 million people, no running water. Sanitation is what they call flying toilets. You kind of go into bedpan, and at night you open the window, except they don't have windows, they just have spaces, and flying toilet. Guess what? That's the road that you walk in the next day. Wow. So, there's the slum. Just look at the garbage. Look at just shack. And here's house garbage, beautiful golf course on the other side of the wall. The President's Palace, the other side of the golf course. All right, here's a house literally built. I don't think I have a laser pointer, but it is built on garbage as the foundation. There's 12 feet of garbage, and that's what they're living on. Here's the side of the street. And flying toilet, it was just white goo. I don't know what it was. It smelled like stink, but garbage and trash everywhere along the road. And here's this little guy, here's his house. There's the fetid sewer right there. All right, so I'm doing healthcare once again. Probably 100 kids that I saw in 3 days there. Okay, I did see malaria, but I'm thinking, man, these kids are healthy. Man, the next one is healthy. The third one's healthy. The fourth one, all right, he had a little runny nose. The fifth one or the 20th one had a stubbed toe. But here I'm thinking, these kids have never seen a doc. They have never seen a doctor. And I'm just kind of going, here I am to do healthcare. I've got all this stuff that I brought, and they were relatively healthy. How could that be? I then go to the Maasai. Whoa, back up. And here is a nice Maasai, son of the chief, wearing a wildebeest coat. All right, here I am transported way out of my comfort zone. They are herdsmen on the Serengeti Plain. They have goats, cattle, etc. 10-year-olds leave their mama and they go start taking care of the goats at age 10. They are given a spear. Here is a Maasai spear. You can't quite see it, but there are lion teeth marks on the bottom of this spear. So what do you do for a job? I guard the goats at night with my spear from lions and hyenas. All right, so that's a pretty tough people. Here's an 85-year-old chief. He reminds me of Dikembe Mutombo. If you remember him from basketball fame, not in my house. I asked him, how many lions have you killed? Many. He was just a wild guy. And so we were invited to do a Christian retreat with them. They live in homes like this, tiny little home made out of mud and dung. Dirt floors, mud and dung homes. Wonderful people, the ubiquitous flies of Africa, kind of like the mosquitoes of Alaska. Oopsie, too much. And then after that, I went to an orphanage, AIDS orphans, 50 kids living there. Goofy kids, teenagers, young girls, etc. Once again, look at the housing back there, mud and sticks. All right, kids singing songs, happy, clean, well-fed. taken me on a tour. We see the baby cows, we see the baby pigs. He's wrestling with the goat here. And I did screening physicals for them and all the community. And once again, they were all healthy. Why? How could this be? How could kids that have no health care, they've never seen a doctor, actually be healthier than the kids in Littleton? Big, big aha for me, and that's what I'm bringing to you. Slum dogs and orphans are healthier than Colorado suburbanites. What's the difference? What's the difference? Part of it is evolution. We've gone a little bit too far, all right? We've gotten away from our caveman stuff, and we've moved back inside for our computers and our Tyvek-wrapped homes again. So we need to get back to our roots. Once again, most important part of this picture, now you can see, do it in the dirt. So kids, plant a garden. Weed the garden. Families, stop paying a gardener to mow your lawn. Get your 6-year-old out there, do it with supervision, please. But let's do it in the dirt some more. Like this guy, let's go camping. All right, let's get back to nature. Back to nature. Gotta love it. The best way to strengthen your child's immune system is do it in the dirt, honestly. But here I am as the doc wondering why? And it's not always a new answer. The developing world versus suburbia. In the developing world, vaginal birth, large families, farms and livestock, low antibiotics, dirt homes, soil-rich life, poor sanitation, high oral fecal burden, lots of worms, helminths. The intestinal flora is transient because it changes all the time. But we live with C-sections, small families, indoor pets, high antibiotic use, etc., etc. Look at the teeter-totter. Our immune systems are off-kilter, they're off-balance because we are so clean. And we were supposed to have our immune systems rocking in the dirt. And because of that, our immune systems are now misaimed and we have lots of inflammation. That's basically what I said, but basically pathogens, tapeworms. I don't want a tapeworm, thank you very much. I'm going to use hand sanitizer. I do like earthworms, though. Ringworms? No, I don't want a ringworm. I don't want, athlete's foot. But mushrooms, not a bad thing. Malaria, tuberculosis, all those things, let's keep those germs away. Let's keep HIV, HPV, and influenza away. We want to avoid those guys. But the microbiome that's on our body, we have trillions of bacteria in our skin, in our nose, in our intestines. They're the good guys. They're the friendly guys. They are to be kept around and not squashed. We need to give them a hug. One of the first gifts a mother gives their baby when they're born in the birth canal is sliming them with 16 trillion bacteria. Disgusting. But that's a gift. That is a gift from a mother to a child. And that is an important thing. But guess where that gift came from? That came from that mother's mother. And that mother's mother. It is something that's passed down. It is good, friendly bacteria. It populates our nose, our skin, and it creates up a happy home and helps bolster our immune system. And if you have a C-section, you missed that gift of 16 trillion bacteria. That's a problem. These are friendly things. Why do we have C-sections? I don't know if there's any obstetricians here, but their job is to give you a perfect baby. All right? I was a missionary in Jamaica 3 times to an orphanage. Here's Cody once again, taking care of this 18-year-old boy, weighed 28 pounds. Cerebral palsy is real. At this orphanage, unlike the one that I just showed you in Kenya, there's 30 babies in cots, little infants with cerebral palsy. Then there's the young kids room, then there's the teenage room. Cerebral palsy needs to be avoided. I was a missionary in India. I took care of kids with tetanus, the satanic smile. Why? They were born in the fields. And how do you cut the umbilical cord? With the machete, all right? And guess what? There goes the tetanus. So what was prenatal care in South India? Here's a sterile razor blade. Wow, stopped all that tetanus. Brilliant idea. So we want good babies. We don't want cerebral palsy. We don't want tetanus. But because of those C-sections, we're missing that wonderful gift. Think of Ghostbusters and getting slimed. Okay, getting slimed by your mama is a good thing, supposedly. So the old friends hypothesis, I know this is a lot of words, but I figured you could read it as well as I could. The organisms we require are those that we were exposed to during the caveman age when our immune systems were evolving. Environmental microbes, the microbes which made up our normal body flora in those times, and also worms. This refinement of the hygiene hypothesis is called the old friends hypothesis. It is becoming apparent that we need to find ways to reintroduce exposure to these old friends in our fight to beat the increasing number of allergies and other chronic inflammatory diseases that are plaguing modern society. Antibiotics kill the bad ear infection bugs, the bad pneumonia bugs, but guess what? They kill the good, friendly friends. It's kind of like when I was in Kenya, seriously, the week before I went, there was a horrible massacre of 167 Christians at a university. The day I went into the slum, Al-Shabaab went into a Catholic church, sprayed and killed 9 other people. So if you can imagine people in church and you throw a bomb in there, you're killing good people as well as bad people, supposedly. Same with antibiotics. You kill the bad guys, but you kill the good guys. What this does is lead to more inflammation because our immune system is not focusing on what it needs to do. I remember a YMCA skit when I was a counselor. There was a guy with a flashlight, and he's searching on the ground. And somebody comes up and says, "What are you doing?" "I'm looking for my car keys." "Can I help you?" "Yeah." So they're looking, another guy comes up. Pretty soon they have 6 guys looking for the car keys. Finally, a brilliant guy says, "Well, where'd you lose your car keys?" "Well, over there." "Well, why are you looking here?" He's got his flashlight. "Well, because the light's better." The analogy is our immune system should be over there. But we've changed things with suburbia views, and now we're looking over here, and that's the problem. Our teeter-totter is skewed, and we need to get back to doing it in the dirt to stimulate the immune system. The result of all of this is inflammation. The immune system is on overdrive, and so we're getting a lot more asthma and eczema. So once again, your C-section babies have a 5-fold increase in asthma and eczema, simply probably because of this old friends hypothesis. And it leads to autoimmune illnesses, according to a lot of smart guys at National Jewish. They're seeing that the immune system is sort of hyped up and it's never at rest, and so it leads to a lot of inflammation, and then it attacks ourselves. Healthy plants grow in nutrient-dense soil. What kind of soil are you growing your kids in? Here's a picture of my pea patch when I was a kid. Remember, I hate apples? My dad would cut up apples. There were 6 of us kids, and guess what? On the other side of the fence, that's where the apples went. All right, so my neighbors have lots of apple cores. Here's our birth announcement for Kirby, our second son. Look what we grew this summer. We need to do it in the soil. So I want you to send all of your dirty ideas to my email here, Dr. Mike at Healthy Habits Pediatrics. I need your help because this is new news for me. How are we going to get our kids to play in the soil more? So think about it. Go camping. Send me your ideas on how to increase the old friends hypothesis and help get our kids back to the dirt. Let's change. Healthy habit number 4, eat more. More pancakes, you say? More donuts? Yeah, Sarah wants that. Yeah, okay. No, we need fruits and veggies, fruits and veggies, fruits and veggies, fruits and veggies. That's what we do. What? You know, that was not something I was growing up doing. All right? This is what I grew up. I grew up across the street from the world's oldest McDonald's. Look at this cute little booger. Yeah. All right. What is this baby going to die from? Yeah, okay. How morbid is that? So my job as a pediatrician is to keep kids healthy, right? But if you look at this graph here, kids under the age of 18, they're not dying. They're dying way down here, 60 to 85, of what I call the old man, old lady illnesses. And if you see this graph, most of them are cancer and heart disease. So what do I need to do as a pediatrician? This is another aha. Yes, you need to wear your helmets and slap your sunscreen and wear your seatbelts in your car seats. We need to do all that. That's safety for today. But I need to change my message to safety for tomorrow. I've got to help kids in my office lower their chances of old man, old lady illnesses. That's a big aha. How are we going to do that? caveman, the Maasai, all right? They go out with their goats and their sheep and their cattle, and if in the old days, if they broke their leg, they couldn't get back home, right? Wow. If they cut up their leg and they got an infection, well, they didn't have antibiotics or anything of that nature. If they didn't kill a woolly beast or if there was a famine or something, they died of starvation. They died at 40, but they were hardy people. Well, we've solved all those problems. Okay, we have orthopedic surgeons, we have antibiotics and vaccines, and we have a plentiful food supply. So we are living till age 80, but we are degenerating with the old man, old lady illnesses. And I throw in arthritis and autoimmune things because I want to be I want to be like Dr. Cram playing tennis when I'm ready to retire and not, doing one of these kind of things with my walker. So we want to decrease that load too. What is the fix? Fruits and veggies, more matters. Exercise, more matters. Okay, start where you are, move on down the road. Fruits and veggies, more matters. This is my mother-in-law, Charlotte's mom. Kids call her Gangster Thuggin' G-Ma. All right, she's flashing some signs here, but she's basically saying, eat some fruits and veggies. She's got such bad arthritis. Look at her fingers. And she's blind. I can't see and I can't hear. But my kids love her. But you got to do what Gangster Thuggin' G-Ma says and eat your fruits and veggies. But as a scientific doc, I wanted to know why. How do they work? Don't just tell me to do that. Why? Why play in the dirt? Decrease your inflammation, retune your immune system. Here's my oldest Ben and my grandma. Nutrition, my big aha is childhood illnesses have their roots. Adult illness has its roots in childhood habits. All right? How we start today, we're going to have a better tomorrow. So hopefully we can do that with our own families. I'm not a vet, but here's a Far Side comic on veterinary medicine. It doesn't matter what's wrong with the horse, broken leg, the treatment is shoot it. All right, infected eye, shoot it. Okay, if it's got a splayed hoof, what's the treatment? Shoot it. So veterinary medicine 101, keep it simple, stupid, the KISS principle. All right, what about medicine? Can we simplify that? The root cause of nearly all modern illness is inflammation and oxidative damage, the two basic things. Oxidative damage from free radicals, whatever they are. I have two kids at Boulder. Maybe they're from Boulder. I don't know, free radicals. Yeah, there's the Boulder chuckle. All right, what is the fix once again? Fruits and veggies, fruits and veggies, fruits and veggies. Oxidation, what is that? So I like energy. Here's a nice little car. We need energy to get here tonight, but there's something bad coming out the tailpipe, right? I like power plant. I like this electricity here. But there's something bad coming out the smokestack. Whenever you burn fuel, you get toxic other things. As humans, as animals, when we burn fuel, we also get toxins. Those are called free radicals, and they cause oxidative damage. Oxygen is a very reactive molecule. As you think of a rusty of steel or something, plus oxygen, you get rust. You take a bite out of an apple, 3 minutes later it's brown. That's oxidation. So oxidation is all around us, and oxidative damage, if it damages you on the inside, you get sick. The way you think of this in this cartoon, here is a donor atom, and here is a free radical. And a free radical comes around, and it steals electrons. That's what it does. It steals electrons. Okay? And if it happens to go to your DNA, boom, steals an electron, blam, you get a mutation. If you have cholesterol circulating in your arteries, you get free radicals, blam, steals an electron, you get sticky cholesterol and heart disease. So oxidative damage is the root cause of so much of our illness. How do you protect yourself from that? We need antioxidants. You guys have heard of antioxidants. And they're the laughing Labrador. They're the nice doggy, and they say, here, have my electron. And so they donate the electrons, and that keeps us safe. So they are the electron donors, and they help minimize our illnesses. So the cause of modern illnesses is this whole concept. Where do we get antioxidants? Fruits and veggies, fruits and veggies, fruits and veggies. Yeah, there you go. Nice little drum roll. This is where you get them, all right? What's the most important part of the carrot? the whole thing, because there are so many phytochemicals, phytonutrients. These are plant nutrients. Some smart scientists said there's 12,455 phytonutrients. And that was a long time ago. That was in 1991. Which is the most important? I don't care. Eat the whole salad. Okay, what's the most important part of a rock band? Is it the guitar riff or is it the drum beat? You want the whole band. You need the whole salad bar. Fruits and veggies are the holy grail of nutrition. They are the most underutilized tool in medicine to prevent chronic disease. Here's chemicals. Wow, there's resveratrol in red wine. Gotta like that. Ascorbic acid, vitamin C. Wow. What if we were to eat something that had a list of these ingredients? I'd say, no way. That's nasty. Put it back on the shelf. But this is a list of the phytochemicals in an apple. I don't know which is the most important, and at this point I don't care. You know there's a list. Eat the whole apple. My problem is I hate apples. All right, so I'm stuck. I like this slide because it shows all of the colors of the rainbow, and it shows the wonderful antioxidants that are in there. Lycopene in a red tomato reduces your risk for cancer. Go down that center panel. You can reduce your risk for all of these cancers by eating fruits and veggies. Wow. Okay, there's no ads or commercials for the Broccoli Association, but this is important stuff. What I also like about this, so this is your anti-cancer diet. I just flipped the slide and it's your heart disease prevention diet. Wow, it's the same thing. Any athletes in here? This is your athletic intensity. We need to protect our proteins from oxidative damage. You do that by eating fruits and vegetables because they have the antioxidants. I was a missionary in Vietnam in the Mekong Delta. This bride came out in a lovely pink wedding dress. 2 hours later, she was in a lovely green wedding dress. 2 hours later, in a lovely Bronco orange wedding dress. That poor dad had to buy 3 wedding dresses. My point in bringing this up is we need to think colorful. We need to think the colors of the rainbow, and that's what we need to get away from the great American white diet. Cave woman. There's a picture of Charlotte when I married her. What do cavemen, cave women eat? Fresh foods in raw foods in great variety. Here's Cody again. We were missionaries in Ecuador. We went into the jungle. And here is my oldest son, Ben, when we went blowgun hunting in the middle of the night in the Amazon. All right? These are people that we'd leave for the day in the boat without any food. We'd hike down the trails without any food. Why? You just go pick whatever was available. You go kill your birds. Okay, this is the hunter-gatherer, fresh variety of foods that they have. And once again, the degeneration of generations, I'm going to vote that we probably should take a giant step backwards once again, away from the computers and away from where we are these days. Because America's health crisis, when I grew up, I didn't even see kids like this today. And yet they're commonplace. All right? So the biggest health crisis that we have is that our kids and myself probably are overfed and undernourished. We have too many calories, plenty of calories, but of the starchy carbs, the sugary carbs, and we are not getting enough of the phytochemicals, and therefore we are undernourished despite having caloric excess. So our goal, my goal, is to increase our nutritional intensity. How are we going to do that? The caveman diet of fresh, raw produce. But the problem is, what's the problem? We want to do what's easy, right? We want to take the easy way. And what do kids care about? What do kids care about? Here's my kids. If dad's cooking, what are we having for dinner? Yuck! All right, how do I turn yuck to yummy? I have the head knowledge, I need to eat more fruits and veggies, but my kids won't and don't. So how am I going to do that as a dad and as a doc? So you get a few of my pearls here. I have a nickname of Dr. Fargon. Has nothing to, well, you can imagine all the two truths and a lie on that one. But my journey with my kids from yuck to yummy. Shoppers, as a parent, you have to start with shopping. If it's there, it will be eaten. If you bring home Cheez-Its they will be eaten. I will put a dollop of Tabasco sauce on a Cheez-It, and I will eat the whole basket. So Cheez-Its will be eaten. You got to start with discipline. Don't bring them home. There's a nice lady in Bali coming back from the market on the way to the temple with lots of fruits and veggies. Shop from the periphery. Okay? That's where the cavemen died. That cavewoman would recognize that as food. You have fruits, you have veggies, maybe some milk. There's your animal meat. Hold your breath if you go in the center aisles. If it says high fructose corn syrup, put it down, make a different choice. You don't need high fructose corn syrup in spaghetti sauce. But it's there. It's in peanut butter. Make a better choice. Store it differently. Put yummy stuff out on the counter. Rearrange your pantry. Rearrange your fridge. Too often, if I were to go into the crisper, I'm pulling out a bag of green goo. I don't know what that was. Okay, but the leftover mac and cheese was eaten, all right, because that was right at eye level. Switch it up. Put the mac and cheese in the crisper. Have a plate of fresh cut up veggies. Have some dipping sauce right there. So if you open up, hey, you'll go for that right now. Your kids can do that. So rearrange things. Snack on it. I'm going to say, if you have healthy snacks, let your kids graze. There's no reason you can have baggies of this in the car. We have 4 kids. We would leave for the weekend at 8 o'clock in the morning and not get back to 6 o'clock at night with baseball games, soccer games, etc., etc. So we're eating out of the car. Pack your cooler, and you can snack on it, you can graze on it. And the very nice people on the street corner that have those kind of cardboard signs, instead of giving them $1, give them a baggie, throw them a banana. However, do not graze on goldfish. Do not graze on sippy cups where you're drinking high-calorie milk again and again and again and again and again. So grazing, if the parents control the choices, it can be good. No grazing. Turn your nose into yes. All right, sorry about that. So as a parent, you know 2-year-olds. Do you want the polka dotted dress? No. Do you want the purple dress? No. Do you want the blue dress? No. Do you want the pink dress? No. They say no. All right, so how do we turn no's into yeses? You offer which choices. Which shirt do you want, the polka dot or the stripe? They still have the power. They can make the choice. Fruits and veggies. All right, we're going to have veggies for. Do you want to have carrots or do you want to have peas? Your choice. Give them choices. Why don't you help mommy? Why don't you measure out the peas? Why don't you help daddy? Let's get the carrots out of the fridge. So get their help. Turn no's into yeses. Portion control. Rearrange the plates. You should not have a giant pile of mashed potatoes with a couple of carrots. Serve a little bit of mashed potatoes, and when they're done with it, I want more potatoes. The answer is yes. So say yes, but why don't you have the carrots first? And then I will get you some more mashed potatoes. You said yes. They're happy. You've avoided a conflict. And if they sit there long enough, they're going to get their carrots in. So think of palm-sized portions. Think of smaller portions. You don't need a whole baggie of French fries for a Happy Meal. You might need 2. Can you get overweight if you just eat apples? You can if you eat enough. You can. If you eat 5 apples for every meal, that's a lot of calories. So portion control, we got to think of smaller portions. This was something that we had a debate in our family. I'm eating well, I'm eating good produce, I'm not losing weight. Because you're eating the whole apple, you're eating the salad that's this big, and potentially you need to decrease and have half the apple, a smaller salad, let's say. Monkey see, monkey do. We have to model this in our house. You have to do. You can't have the adults' food and then the kids' food. You can't say, here's my honey food, and then you serve. My sister-in-law had 4 kids, has 4 kids. She would cook 5 meals. 1 for Chucky Poo. God bless Chucky. Then the oldest daughter was a vegetarian. Let's say salad bars and ice cream, that's what she ate. I hope Katie's not here. The next one loved mashed potatoes, and that's all he ate. The next one was a carnivore. That's all he ate, hot dogs, etc. She was making different meals for everybody. Got to stop doing that. This is what we're having, whether you like it or not. When I worked in India, when I worked in Nepal, what do people there eat? Dal bhat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, rice and lentils, again and again. Oh, dalbat. I just had that 5 hours ago. They have vegetables on the side, tarkari, dalbat tarkari. That's what they eat. When I was in Kenya, what did they eat? Ugali. I like saying that word, ugali. It's grits, but not cheese grits, not butter grits, not gravy grits with sausage, grits and chapatis and vegetables again and again and again. Food gets boring. We have such a variety. Let's do Italian tonight. No, let's do Japanese. If you had ugali again and again and again, you would stop eating because it was yummy. You just ate because I'm hungry. And you wouldn't lead to the obesity problems that we had. So monkey see, monkey do. We have to model what we do. Here's my second son, Kirby. I don't know who he was modeling on the couch. I don't know, remote control. I don't know where he got this. Parents control choices, kids control quantity. You have to shop from the periphery, you have to arrange it in your fridge. You make the choices of what comes into the house, but who's the boss of what gets inside the mouth? Your little tiger. So serve the healthy choices, and if they have 2 bites or 20, it's up to them. They're not going to starve. If they don't eat one meal, guess what? They're going to come back for the next meal. So don't be a short order cook once again. Balance the week, not the meal. How's this for a nice ladder in a raging river in Nepal? There are kids that eat breakfast on Monday and nothing till dinner on Wednesday. What happened to Tuesday? I don't know, but don't worry about it. So don't balance every meal. Don't balance the day. Balance the 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks, they should get plenty of variety. Eat like the Italians. Gotta love a waving of my hands. What do Americans do? We serve everything together. What do the Italians do? They serve it a soup, they serve it a salad, and then they bring out a pasta. Right? If I were to bring out pizza and salad for my family, what would they eat? Pizza. No kidding. 5 pieces wouldn't even touch the salad. So what are we doing now? We try to serve the salad first. And guess what? They eat the salad. My kids hated salad. I don't like apples. They really hated salad. I was cooking dinner one night, and kids are starving. I'm starving, Dad. We're having spaghetti. Yuck. Well, that's what we're having. The salad's ready. The water hasn't even boiled because I'm starving. So they said, I gave them the salad, said, all right, start with the salad. We'll get the pasta going in 20 minutes. They ate the salad. They were hungry enough. Wow. Eat like the Italians. Serve your less preferred foods first. Plenty of families now in my practice, they're grazing on veggies before the meal has even begun because they're hungry, and they can eat and graze on healthy choices. Veggies are the hardest things to get in kids because they are bitter, they're alkaloid, and the rest of modern food society has put high fructose corn syrup in everything, so ketchup has it and it's sweet. Spaghetti sauce has it and it's sweet. So we're just so inundated with sweet that families, including myself, have a hard time with anything that's not sweet. So how are we going to get them? Raw veggies are awesome. They're crunchy, they're colorful, they're not mushified, and plenty of kids can graze on these things. Better than, I just had my auntie come down from Montana with the root cellar where the beets have been stored for 2 years. All right, that was veggies in the Northwest for a long time. I'd much rather go to Sprouts and get something fresh. Kids like it. Get sauced. I'm a flavor addict. I like variety. So not only have your veggies, but put them in yummy dipping sauces. And guess what? Kids get to choose their sauce. You've shopped for the healthy ones, and it is okay if you have broccoli and cheese sauce if it gets the broccoli in their mouth. All right? It's okay to have ranch dressing if it gets the carrots or the snap peas in their mouth. Over time, you can increase the variety of the sauces. So now you have tahini yogurt, you have sweet and sour, you have sesame soy. A lot of the Asian dressings are low calorie, full of flavors, and you get away from the ranch and the cheese. Get souped. I love it when bell peppers are 5 for $1 at Sprouts, and I just buy bags of them, I roast them, and I make roasted pepper soup or tomato basil soup. It's a great way to get the vegetables in there, and you can hide all the yucky things in the soup, and it's still tomato basil soup, yay! So soups are a great way to increase our variety, a great way to decrease calorie intake, because if you add all that water, you're getting a lot more water in the soup base, or if you cook with milk or soy milk, you just get more fluids and less stuff, and it's a good, healthy habit. Get breaded. Carrot cake. All right. Maybe you could take out a little of the white flour and put more carrots in. Okay, zucchini nut bread, double the amount of zucchini. Throw a little bit more nuts in there, and you can turn it into a healthier choice, and that's a yummy breakfast then. Anybody gonna laugh at this one? All right, sorry. This is a new one for me, and I have argued with the dietitians at Children's Hospital. They have a fussy feeders clinic there, and boy, they have kids they're breaditarians, and that's all they eat is buttered bread. So those people do definite battle there, but they're just get calories, get calories. What I have learned is food should be different every time. What is the most popular food under the age of 5? I ask this of all my patients. What's your favorite food? And they answer, Dr. Kopp? Mac and cheese. That's what they're going to say. Over age 5, what do they answer? Pizza. But it's not mac and cheese the way Dr. Mike makes it. Oh no, it's got to be in the blue box. I only like the blue box. And that's all I eat is the blue box mac and cheese. Boy, I hear that again and again. Food's got to be different. You take the mac and cheese and you make it healthier. Now it's mac carrot and cheese. Mac cauliflower and cheese. But think of spices too. Put a little bit of ketchup in there. It's different. It's still mac and cheese. Okay, then it's barbecue sauce. Okay, then it's green stuff. You can put some basil pesto in there. Little bit. Start with a little bit and get them used to it. It's different every time. Get crazy. Put honey in. Who cares? But get them used to it. Food is different every time, but it's still basically mac and cheese. And over time, you're changing their palates. So here's mac and cheese with a little bit of red in there. I think that was ketchup. All right, now you can throw in some ham and some, you can't see it, but pureed cauliflower. Here's your pesto mac and cheese. Okay, now it's a little more lumpy bumpy. And eat the rainbow in your mac and cheese. Food should look different every time. My number one healthy way of sneaking things into my kids was pulverize and disguise. Take whatever they don't eat and in it goes. My kids hated fajita veggies. Ooh, bell peppers, ooh. That was a message, note to self, didn't cut it up small enough. Okay? They hated those things, but cover it with some beans, cover it with some cheese. Wow, you can have some quesadillas. Spaghetti sauce, world's healthiest thing. In goes the spinach. It's still spaghetti. All right, so pulverize and disguise. Make smoothies. Blueberry smoothies with a little bit of spinach or kale. Hey, it's a blueberry smoothie. So you can have fun pulverizing and disguising. Date breads, pancakes. All kids like pancakes for the most part. Give them choices. Do you want your blueberries on top or inside? Do you want blueberries or strawberries? Okay, do you want the peaches on top or on the side? So give them choices, but disguise, get the blueberries inside and more blueberries as the year goes on. Here is the plate that my beautiful wife made. I was a very special boy today at a MOPS group, and the journey of spaghetti from butter noodles. Butter noodles, all kids are going to eat that. But no, you need to make it different every time. So here's your dollop of ketchup. Oops, the next time you're going to put a little spaghetti sauce in. Maybe you're going to change the white noodles to buckwheat noodles. Okay, and you notice that now there's more sauce. And eventually you get out your Ginsu knife and you pulverize and disguise and this, notice less noodles, more sauce. And guess what? My kids would eat this. It took a while to get there, but all of these things are to get my kids, and I share these ideas with you. Pulverize and disguise. One time I took all of these veggies, steamed them, pureed them, and put them in Ziploc baggies. So now I've got all of these Ziploc baggies. I actually then put them in ice cube trays and froze them. So I could take all of these wonderful veggies and hide them in the food that we were eating. We had a birthday party. We had French toast. 10 kids over. In went the butternut squash into the French toast batter. 10 kids loved it. Wow. They didn't know they were eating squash. The next big idea are food concentrates. They take the idea of pulverize and disguise, concentrating food, and what a win-win situation. Charlotte and I were going up skiing, had the kids in the back, and we were just lamenting, how are we ever going to get our kids to eat broccoli? Wouldn't it be great if broccoli smelled like bacon? Wow, that would be great. Wouldn't it be great if we could put broccoli in a pill? Yeah, great idea. In a pill, there you go. And maybe our kids will eat the pill. Charlotte's, what about if we put it in a gummy? Yeah. Well, I think a week later, I had Colleen in my dining room saying, Mike, there's fruits and veggies in a gummy. It's like, what? So thank you, Colleen, for introducing me, and Charlotte, of course, to food concentrates, to Juice Plus, where you can get the whole supermarket produce aisle, all of these fruits, all of these veggies, all of those berries. This is what caveman would recognize. And what does the Juice Plus company do? They pick them at the peak of ripeness. They are rich with all those phytochemicals, antioxidants, things that keep our inflammation away, things that keep the oxidation away. And they suck out the water and the sugar. So these are food concentrates. That's it. Dried food into powders once they suck out all the water, and then they put them in capsules or in gummies. Brilliant! Colleen had to work hard. Charlotte had to work hard. I said, there ain't no way this is any good. Eat the whole fruit. Makes sense to me. Put it in the pill. Doesn't make sense to me. Okay? It doesn't make sense. Well, that's when I started getting into the research. And here's one research paper. Here's two. Here's 5 showing the power of Juice Plus. Now 31, and I don't know how many there are now, but good gravy. Holy buckets, Batman. The research is powerful. Look at all these smart guy schools. All of these research people around the world are saying, I am excited about Juice Plus. Let's see if we have healthier babies, healthier pregnant ladies. Let's see if we can make law students healthier in Florida. Bad idea. But they did. I hope there's not too many lawyers here. But the research, was it one study that won me over? No, it was the whole breadth. It was the extent. There's so much. There's 17 studies show that Juice Plus gets those antioxidants into us. It is absorbed. You can measure them in our bloodstream. Goes from mouth into the blood to those cells, protecting the cells. It really works. It gets there. 2 clinical studies at least shows that it reduces the biomarkers of inflammation. Do it in the dirt. Eat your fruits and veggies first. Have Juice Plus on the side. You're going to help reduce all of the inflammation that leads to asthma and eczema and coronary artery disease, because there's an element of inflammation there. Wow. 11 studies showing it reduces oxidative stress. The causes of old man, old lady illnesses, you can reduce your DNA damage, reduce the oxidation of cholesterol. Wow. I dare anybody to find any research on Flintstones vitamins that shows this, because there isn't, okay? Or any other product. Juice Plus is the most researched nutritional support product in the world. There's my singing, sorry. But that's pretty powerful for me. It supports a healthy immune system. I usually say we work hard in pediatrics from November through April. I had 3 kids in the hospital with pneumonia last week, 1 in the ICU. May has been a doozy of a month. What does the Juice Plus research show on our immune system? That those people, and this is 4 different studies, healthy workers in hospitals in Berlin started on Juice Plus. They all got mild colds. They all got the dip in the road. The people on Juice Plus had fewer moderate and severe illnesses. Okay, we're all going to get the colds, but does it go into a sinus infection? Do you get better in a week or in 3 weeks? Getting these phytochemicals, it becomes a dip in the road. And it's helped a lot of people. And this is grabbing attention of healthcare workers, not only athletes. I would rather be on the training field than on the couch going, ugh. So if we can get back to our work, to our jobs, to our passions, to riding our bikes, to doing all the stuff we love, I'm going to take Juice Plus. Pregnancy. Okay, obstetricians are loving this. Dr. Odom, I've met Dr. Odom. He's from Mississippi. I'm sorry if this is a bad Mississippi accent. But his nurses said, Dr. Odom, why do your mamas and babies do so much better than everybody else? He says, well, I put them all on Juice Plus. All my moms take Juice Plus. Fruits and veggies, you have healthier pregnancies. Look at all the zeros on that column from all of these bad things. Okay, the mamas eat them, it goes through, and you get healthier babies, healthier placentas. Okay, wow, that last trimester when so many people could be on bed rest or have preeclampsia, deliver a premature baby, get induced, the longer we can keep the babies inside mama, the better. And C-section rate went down. Remember that. Wow, we need to do this. Okay, this should be the standard of care for prenatal care, and this is grabbing attention of lots of mama's doctors there. I'm a pediatrician. What Dr. Sears, Bill Sears, said, well, he had colon cancer. Bummer. And his wife, Martha, said, shut up, Bill, and eat these capsules. What are they? Shut up and eat them, Bill. Yes, Martha. What a nice husband was he. But he said, fruits and veggies in a capsule doesn't make sense. But he also wanted to learn. He says, wow, can we do this with kids? And he started, along with many other people, the Children's Health Study, where kids have now gotten Juice Plus free if a parent takes it, let's say, or in our case, Uncle Fred and Gangster Thug and G-Ma. The kids on Juice Plus, over time, are eating more fruits and veggies. If I saw anything in any of the 31 research studies, that one right there won me over. That one right there. Because what is the goal? Fruits and veggies, get them in your kid's mouth. And if you can show that over time they are doing that, wow, no other product on earth can show kids will eat more fruits and veggies over time. But they'll also eat less fast food and fewer soft drinks. All right, this is bad for business. Visiting the doctor less, fewer prescription medicines, fewer over-the-counter medicines, fewer missed days of school. Wow, this is all good stuff. It's made a difference in my family. This is the family a while ago. I like code words. Code words are things that might help change behavior. Charlotte had a friend tell her to write SUS on her hand. And that meant stand up straight. Oh, I can do that. Cody here always had his hands in his pants. That's a little embarrassing when I would say, Cody, get your hands out of your pants. So he chose the code word of idiot. So then I would call my son an idiot, but that meant, idiot, get your hands out of your pants. Becky was always biting her nails when I was coaching her at age 6. Every single girl on the soccer field was biting their nails. All right? We came up with the code word, princess. When I say princess, that means get your hands out of your mouth. And it worked. By the way, Becky won 1-0 today. Her team has the best defense in her league right now. She's a center back, so good job, Becky. So where am I going with the, Juice Plus. That's right. That's why I'm here. So if it sits on the table, it's changed my behavior. Really. So instead of making scrambled eggs for breakfast, I'm making an omelet. Okay? I'm taking peaches and I'm putting them on top of the pancakes. So it has radically changed my thought. And today I've had 28 fruits, veggies, and berries, thankfully dried and encapsulated and put into Juice Plus, plus the real fruits and veggies that I have eaten. Green chili on a burrito, okay. Salsa, nothing but veggies there. Take baby steps. This is important. You're not going to change the world overnight. So here's my journey. Oatmeal. And I hate apples. What did I finally convince myself to do? Let's put some applesauce in the oatmeal, all right? And then get out that Ginsu knife and actually put some real apples in the oatmeal. And I started doing it, okay? And I took baby steps. I stopped throwing apples across the neighbor's fence. And after a while, I actually ate an apple, and I will do that to this day. So thankfully, my behavior, my code words, I've changed my behavior. Cody, I ain't gonna eat that. Cody, probably our worst eater. We'd serve dinner, he'd just stare at it. I ain't gonna eat it, yuck, no way. His brothers are eating it, no way. All right, what's for dessert? We're gonna have cookie, Cody. Oh, not gonna eat it. Not until the cookies came out and his brothers were eating the cookies would he go back to eating his cold, now rancid dinner. But it took him that long. So I end this talk with, I hope this helps you go from, yuck, I ain't eating that, to, yes, Daddy, can I have some more? Yes. And that's the end. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.